Hello everyone, welcome to MMA Diary 12. Previewing Hunt vs. Mir. Look at this cool UFC 2 thing where they give you the event and like the big matchups of the night, or at least the fighters that they have in the game. Whatever, I think it's really cool. Like, when I saw this, I was geeking out. I was pretty excited. Okay, so this is UFC Fight Night Hunt vs. Mir from Brisbane. Let's do co-main here. Well, you know what? Here's how. Okay, so you see at the very bottom of below Pearson and Lepre, it says regular pick and play bonus. So I did all my picks for this fight, and then you can play them and try and get the result that you predicted. And if you do, you get extra points for UFC team or whatever. So as you can see here, up here, I chose Pearson by TKO or knockout in the second round. I think this is going to be a really good fight, Pearson and Lepre, but apparently you can see in the community picks, a lot of people think Lepre doesn't stand a chance. Newsflash, Lepre's pretty good. I still think Pearson can do it though. I just think that, I don't know, it should be a fun fight. They both lost to Francisco Trinaldo their last time out. So, yeah, I'm excited about this fight. So yeah, that's my thoughts for this. I'm picking Pearson, and I already did that. And then here we go, Beck Rawlings for Seohee Ham, something like that. I haven't seen Ham fight, so I picked Beck Rawlings by decision. The community definitely doesn't think Ham stands much of a chance, considering that they picked him. I don't think she's gonna knock her out. I think, from what I can tell, Ham's actually pretty good, and that she might actually be favored in this fight. But I'm going for the home, or I don't know if it's her hometown, but it's her home country, Beck Rawlings. And then Hector Lombard versus Neil Magny. I got Magny by decision, and community definitely does not agree with that. But I'll get into my reasons for picking this fight when I'm fighting. And then the main event, I got Mir by submission in the second round. And a lot of people think that Mir's actually going to knock Hunt out in the third. I don't like picking rounds necessarily. I think picking the method is valid, and the round is... I think picking rounds is pretty stupid all in all. But yeah, so let's do Magny versus Lombard here. Oops. It's a lot easier to just knock people out than actually get decisions. Like, I spent a lot of time trying to get this decision victory over Lombard. Like, too much time. So yeah, here's the card. Hunt versus Mir is the main event. I already said I have Mir. Neil Magny versus Hector Lombard's co-main event, as you see here. Jake Matthews versus Johnny Case is the third fight on the card. And that's a fun fight. Two young prospects. I think Johnny Case is like 27 or something, and Jake Matthews is like young as hell. He's like 21 or 22, something like that. I like both of these guys. This should be a really good fight. I'm going to pick Jake Matthews though. I'm expecting good things from this fight. Daniel Kelly versus Antonio Carlos Jr. I remember Daniel Kelly getting the victory at 193. Wait a second. So this last one was 196.
Steps inside the octagon, and he's ready to fight.
And I don't even know what the event was that Rousey fought home in Australia, but I remember him fighting in that card. He looked alright, but Antonio Carlos Jr., his last fight was against Kevin Casey, I do believe, and he poked him in the eye, so it couldn't go down. Not necessarily a great fight. I'm not really expecting much, but I'm picking Antonio Carlos Jr. James Tahuna versus the Canadian Bossie. I'm picking boss, he's the former hockey enforcer, so you know he's gonna be out there throwing. And Tahuna's, you know, way past his prime, but I really like his name. It makes me think of tuna. Beck Rawlings versus Siho Hem. Siho, whatever, versus Ham. I'm picking Beck Rawlings. Brendan O'Reilly versus Alan Joban. I'm picking Joban, but last time he fought, he got a really nasty KO from, I think, Tumanov. I think knocked him out, but he was really nasty. I like Alan Joban a lot. I think he stands a pretty good chance. Not really familiar with Brendan O'Reilly, so no. Leslie Smith versus Rin Nakai. I'm strangely fascinated by Rin Nakai. She does like fetish videos. I've never watched one of them, but I know she does them. And she's just a very strange, cool person. I don't know, she just fascinates me. That said, I'm picking Leslie Smith. Leslie Smith was the girl who got like half her ear torn out or torn off or something. It was like really nasty looking, and she wanted to keep on fighting, but they stopped the fight because her ear was so bad. I'm gonna pick Leslie Smith, but man, I want Rin Nakai to win. I'd be so happy if Rin Nakai win. Then Ross Pearson versus Chad Lepre. It was supposed to be Ross Pearson versus Abel Trujillo. Dropped out, and Lepre stepped in. I think that's gonna be a really good fight, and I'm picking Pearson. So that's the card. That's the fights I'm excited for on this card.
Black troops for Lombard. Hector Lombard's opponent is so much.
So Neil Magny versus Hector Lombard it's a curiosity fight, kind of. Hector Lombard's coming off the suspension for PED use. The dude's built like a Greek god. Oh god. And he had some amazing power. Oop. I'm getting used to this game. But yeah, so this is Hector Lombard's first fight back, and Neil Magny has just been putting in work. He had so many fights in 2015, it was insane.
Good defense with the parry.
There's a nice left hand.
He won 5 in a year, and then I think he could have won 6, but he lost to Damian Maia.
High kick.
Who's his last fight against now?
Oh, he missed that kick.
It was against someone good. Oh, it was against Kelvin Gastelum, right? He beat Kelvin Gastelum? I think that was his last fight. But I'm a big fan of Magny. He's super long. He's good all around, but he's not like striking. He just keeps it on you. Ah, shit. Oh, God.
He's in half guard here.
I'm really bad at the ground game.
Ah, that's an outstanding transition.
So I just like getting up. Magny's length and stamina is just amazing. I think he trains in Denver, so he's got that altitude going for him. I'm pretty sure Hector Lombard trades at American Top Team, so he has some beasts he goes up against, including the 170-pound champion, Robbie Lawler. But I really like Magny. I'm going with Magny. If Hector Lombard can, where he is, or he was, I don't think that's going to be good enough to beat Neil Magny. I don't know if Magny will ever fight for a title.
Under a minute. On the clock here in round number 1.
I'm not saying that he's. So Damian Maia just schooled Neil Magny in jiu-jitsu, and he was sort of a mostly a ground fight. Magny's all right at striking now. Like, he isn't terrible.
Hard hook. Wow! Vicious shot to the body.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Got him down.
And the round comes to a close. And what a statement he made with that takedown.
Yeah, Neil Magny, he's never Kelvin Gastelum is a really good fighter, but he's not like the upper echelon.
Let's see if we get.
And Neil Magny's never really beaten upper echelon fighter. Damian Maia is as close as he got to fighting one.
And let's look at it from
And
a different angle.
I like Damian Maia a lot. His jiu-jitsu is amazing, like unworldly, but I don't think he would ever really win a title. You know, he he would never be out of a title fight. Like if he dominates the fight the way he wants to fight, he could win a title. But you know, I don't think he'll beat Robbie Lawler any other way than catching him in something. You know, I don't think Damian Maia would beat Johnny Hendricks. I don't think Damian Maia would beat. Well, you know, he might beat Wonderboy Thompson just because I don't think Wonderboy Thompson can do much besides strike. But then again, you know, Wonderboy Thompson beat Johnny Hendricks and he just kept him at bay all the time, so he just kept on going at him. But this isn't about Damian Maia, it's about Neil Magny. I was just making a point. Hector Lombard used to be at the upper echelon, but after these steroids, after the steroid suspension, we'll know for sure if he's There you go. There it is. That's a win. I don't think it's going to be a knockout, but I think Neil Magny's going to win. Oh, what's this? Don't talk tough. Oh, he showboated.
Let's take a look at the replay. This is the shot.
Awesome.
Perfect technique. He's clearly hurt badly here. Let's take a look at it from another
Whatever.
angle
Let's
here.
move past this fight. I gave my thoughts. I think Neil Magny's going to win. I think Hector Lombard, coming off steroid suspension, isn't going to be the fighter who he was. And I think Neil Magny's a tough fight for anyone in the division. And I'm expecting him to get the win. I'm expecting him to grind it out and get the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean is going to stop the contest at 1 minute, 13 seconds of round number 2.
So, some news and notes. I don't know if this news came out the last time I did my video. I'm pretty sure it did, but I'm not sure if I said it. Kimbo Slice and Ken Shamrock both popped for PEDs for what was that? 148, 150, 149, something like that. Yeah, they're both popped for steroids, which is just even more embarrassing when you throw on the fact that neither of them were especially great, and Dada almost died. It was just all in all, it was an embarrassing night, even if it did get huge ratings. I watched World Series of Fighting, Justin Gaethje versus that other dude, no, I don't remember the other guy's name, because I don't follow World Series of Fighting that much. I just know that Justin Gaethje is like the big Series of Fighting, the big name that they threw in the promotion. And every time I watch Justin Gaethje fight, I think his first name is Justin. I hope I'm right, but he just doesn't look that impressive. He just looks like he gets hit a whole bunch and then he'll just pull out a knockout out of his ass or something. He kicked his opponent in the leg a whole bunch, and Chael Sonnen said he was having a Charlie horse. He was getting a Charlie horse, and that's why he ended up falling down and losing. I don't know if it looked like his knee was fucked up. I don't know what the actual thing was, but I thought it was pretty funny that Chael Sonnen's like, he has what we call in the business a Charlie horse. Ever since I started listening to You're Welcome, Chael Sonnen's podcast, I've actually started to really like Chael Sonnen. I used to not like him at all. Okay, so other news and notes. Matt Mitrione signs with Bellator and also becomes their kickboxing commentator. So Matt Mitrione and Benson both jumping ship, following the footsteps of Josh Thompson and Phil Davis. So I don't know if we're going to see more fighters. And, you know, Benson Henderson's the only real big name from that list. He was an actual title holder in the UFC. Matt Mitrione should probably win that title pretty quickly. And Mitrione also said that a potential fight with Fedor Emelianenko was a big reason why he went over there. He probably crushed Fedor at this point in his career, but I don't think it's necessarily a come on, catch my glove. Touch my glove. A big great achievement at this point in Fedor's career.
Light and quick with the hands.
But you know, every UFC fighter Bellator signs is a big deal because it just shows that they're gonna compete and give free agents an actual offer that the UFC is gonna have to match if they want to keep their big dudes. Speaking of keeping their big dudes, Rory MacDonald's last fight in his contract is that Wonder Boy fight. Shoot.
Nice combination, and it sets up the takedown.
What the hell? You got full mount and you stood up? Rory MacDonald's last fight in his UFC contract is against Wonderboy Thompson, and he sounds pissed about it. It sounds like ever since that title fight against Robbie Lawler that they've been trying to renegotiate a new contract. Not renegotiate, just negotiate a contract. And they have not been able to come to terms. I heard Rory MacDonald on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani say that he was going to take the Hector Lombard fight, so that Hector Lombard fight's been talked. He was going to take it, but he didn't want to fly all the way to Australia unless they gave him his new contract, and they refused to do that. So,
And they move out of the clinch. Look at that! Oh my! This could be it right here. Powerful jab. Back and forth battle. Big straight punch.
ooh, he slipped.
Throws to finish, Joe. Oh, big body kick.
Oh, what a combination.
Big.
Beck Rawlings looks huge compared to this girl. Anyways, yeah, Rory MacDonald wouldn't fly all the way to Australia unless he had a contract, or unless he had a new contract signed, and they didn't do that. So they're gonna go into the Wonder Boy contract, or the Wonder Boy fight, as a free agent afterwards. And he sounds like he's pissed off about the UFC not giving him the amount of money he deserves. He said he was only earning fight, and he thought he deserved way more than that.
She moves to the tie clinch.
Man, I suck at the clinching on the ground.
And back up again.
So, if Bellator could get Rory MacDonald, that would be cool. Rory MacDonald versus Benson Henderson, that is a fucking good fight.
Joe,
That's a pay-per-view worthy fight. Benson Henderson versus Rory MacDonald, are you kidding me? 170-pound title? That adds immediate legitimacy to that division if that's a title fight from Bellator. Like, holy hell. I really hope Rory MacDonald can re-sign with the UFC because he is
And here's
elite.
a nice shot, lands
And that
perfectly.
Robbie Lawler fight was one of the greatest I've ever seen. Not that I've been in this sport a long time,
And
not
here's
that I've
another
watched
clean
this sport a
shot
long
that
time, but
lands.
it was an amazing fight. And it would be a shame if we didn't get
Another
to see it again.
perfectly placed strike.
So, some fight announcements that
Incredible
have come out in the
striking
past
on
week.
display in that round.
If you remember,
The lovely
Shogun
getting a set
pulled out of
for
his
round
fight
number 2.
against Rashad Evans on April 19th. And he had like a knee problem.
Nice
And Glover
inside leg
Teixeira
kick.
stepped in for him at that
Her
event.
other eye is starting
Well,
to swell
Shogun
now.
got a new fight at UFC 198 against Corey Beaston 25-8 Anderson.
Hard hook.
Good for
Joe, that's
Shogun.
a good slip of the right by
I
hand.
think that's a good fight. I think that if Corey
That's a
Anderson
big
can
hook
get
to the head,
Shogun
but
on his
misses.
resume,
Joe, look inside the numbers. Significant
victory.
strikes landed.
he's well on his way to establishing a really nice career. I mean, he just beat Tom Lawler. Oh god.
Kick to the face.
Nice uppercut.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Combination. Boom, big uppercut. Oh, nice.
There's another one. These
I love getting people in the tie clinch.
Nice elbow. Oh, that's a powerful elbow.
I'm tired.
Vicious combination.
Yeah, Corey, that 198 card, I was looking at that 198 card. Holy God, that's a good card.
That's a big hook.
It's in a soccer stadium in Curitiba, Brazil. Holy fuck, that's a good card. And I have more news about that card. But let me just go over what this card has already. I don't have it written down in front of me, so I might forget a few fights. But they've got Fabricio Verdum in the main event against Stipe Miocic.
Good slip of that punch.
Ducking and diving. Fabricio Verdum versus Stipe Miocic heavyweight title fight for main event. Co-main event, Vitor Belfort versus goddamn Jacare Souza. Or Souza, are you kidding me? That's a fucking amazing fight.
Nice trip, and she gets the takedown.
90 seconds. Wow, look at that. How good is that?
Got the mount again.
Half guard.
Great movement on the ground.
She moves in.
How do you not have a submission? Man, I don't know.
Back up. It's a good head kick. Nice work on the counter.
Belfort versus Souza. Ooh, shit. You got Corey Anderson versus Shogun Rua. You've got...
20 on the clock.
Oh, man. Damian Maia versus Matt Brown.
Beautiful jab. Man, good exchange between both these fighters.
There's one more, too, that's amazing. That's a really good fight. They're trying to get Cyborg to fight at 198. I'm assuming it's going to be at 140 or just a catchweight or something.
Let's take a look at some of the action from that round. Here's a huge kick that stung.
And I don't know who's going to be dumb enough to take her on. I mean, the people she's going to fight in the UFC obviously stand more of a chance than the people she's fighting in Invicta, but I don't know. And then another fight at 198 that's just been announced, or at least they're trying to do it. Anderson the Spider Silva fighting Uriah Hall.
The beautiful area.
Anderson the Spider Silva is not going to be the main event or the... Fuck. What the fuck? How does that happen? And why does Uriah Hall get to fight Spider? Like, Uriah Hall's coming off a loss. Like, I like Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall's exciting. That Gegard Mousasi knockout, forget about it. That's an amazing knockout. You're not going to see many better knockouts than that. But, freaking, he gets to fight the Spider after a loss? What the hell? Why? You know, that doesn't make any sense to me.
A good punch.
Looking for a triangle, throws one leg over the shoulder. She made a transition from the triangle to the armbar.
Oh, she just got out. Lucky. Damn, bitch. Oh, shit.
Hip escape. Gets out of the full mount.
That's a big punch to the head from the top. That's an outstanding transition. Ham's eyes looking really swollen.
But yeah, I don't know. I think Tim Kennedy should have got that Spider fight. Even if I don't, I dislike Tim Kennedy. Like, I think it's amazing that he served our country and everything. Like, good for him. That's awesome. Good. Like, thank you. That's awesome. I'm never gonna rip on a veteran. Like, I should be fighting for our country, but I don't know, man. It takes a special breed to sacrifice your youth to go over there. And you know, all respect to him for his service and whatnot, but I just don't like the way he acts. He's, you know, kind of a crybaby when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Perfect technique. She's clearly hurt badly here.
But again, he's a better man than I'll ever be. But I think, yeah, but seriously, Tim Kennedy should have fought Spider. That's a good fight. That's 2 top 10 middleweights. Uriah Hall's not even ranked, I don't think. And, I don't know. That's not a main event. You're not going to move Vitor and Jacare out of the co-main. So Spider is going to be the 3rd fight, and then you're going to put Damian Maia and Matt Brown as the 4th fight on the card. And is Shogun versus Corey Anderson going to be a prelim? Seriously, 198 is shaping up to be an amazing, amazing card. So, other fight announcement. Couple UFC fight UFC 200 fight announcements is Travis Brown versus Cain Velasquez at 200, and Gegard Mousasi and versus Derek Brunson at 200. I'm alright with all that. That's pretty good. Yeah. And oh god, and then today they're talking about Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor 2 at UFC 200. Can you hear how disgusted I sound right now? That's a terrible idea. Who does that benefit besides Nate Diaz? Like, what? How does that make any sense? You're fucking over Frankie Edgar for the 3rd time. And, seriously, Frankie Edgar, Jose Aldo. One of those should be the fight. Hell, even RDA. But I do not like that, giving Conor a title shot after a loss. He needs to defend his title. It's so messed up. So messed up. But for UFC 200, if they're gonna do that, that's gonna be the main event because Conor's gonna main event whatever show he's on. Miesha Tate's talking about fighting at 200 against Holly or Amanda Nunes. Or Rousey if she decides to get her ass going. I mean, she's got a lot of obligations, but if you're gonna do Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor, how about we just have Jose Aldo versus Frankie Edgar as the featherweight championship bout, you know? Like that needs to happen. If Conor's not gonna go back down to defend it, just abdicate it, or what the hell is that word? Not abdicate. It's vacate. Yeah, I guess vacate the belt and make them fight for it. And then Robbie Lawler is potentially going to fight. I just hope they stack 200 from the. I really don't like Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz too, but if that's going to be the main event, do that. Then do Rousey versus Tate, Robbie Lawler versus Tyron Woodley. 2. Jose Aldo, Frankie Edgar for the featherweight title fight, and then like maybe RDA versus Khabib or Tony Ferguson as like that'd be like the 5-fight card right there. That would be amazing. That's never gonna happen, but it would be amazing. And then just stack the prelims with, like we said, Cain Velasquez, Travis Brown, Gegard Mousasi, Derek Brunson, just all the way down. I know it's going to be a 3-fight weekend, so they can't really just put all the fights there. But that's what I'd love to see. I'm trying to think of anything else that's going on. To 145 to fight Jeremy Stevens at UFC Fight Night 88, and I'm not sure when that is. That might be the Wonder Boy Rory card, but I'm really excited to see Renan Barão fight again. I hope he can bounce back and not look like the shit he looked like against TJ Dillashaw those 2 times. And he looked bad against who was the other guy he fought before he fought for the belt? I think it was like Joe Soto maybe or something, but he just looked like garbage. I really hope he can bounce back. I really like Renan Barão. And that's about all I've got. So thanks for watching. I never really broke down. Oh, here, I'll break down Hunt versus Mir really quick. Here's what I think is going to go down. I think that Mark Hunt got. I'm not sure if he's a near murder, but Stipe nearly just killed the dude. Like, it was bad. And he's 41. Frank Mir's like 36, so he's no spring chicken either, but that beatdown, I think Hunt's gonna be like very diminished. But then again, he's a super Samoan. He's got dynamite in his hands. Frank Mir, who knows? He didn't look good against Andrei Arlovsky in his last fight, and he looked great against Todd Duffy, but Todd Duffy was just trying to knock him out. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Mir. I think if Mir can get him down, I think he'll lock in a submission. Mark Hunt is pretty good at defending takedowns, and I think in his fight against Fedor Emelianenko, he got out of a couple submissions. So he's pretty elusive dude, but I just think that Frank Mir is going to get it done by submission. I picked in the second round. I think it'll be in the early rounds. I hope it doesn't go 5. I don't know, Mark Hunt, he can sort of make it through 5, and remember that fight with Bigfoot Silva, he did it. Alright, I've talked enough. Okay, so I'm going with, here, let me just run it down one more time. Mir, Magny, Matthews, Antonio Carlos Jr., Kahuna, Beck Rawlings, Alan Joban, Leslie Smith, Ross Pearson. But I really want Rin Nakai to win. Like, I'm most excited to see Rin Nakai, I think. I hope she can do it. She got her ass beat against Miesha Tate. I just want Rin Nakai to win. Go Rin Nakai. Thanks for watching.